What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession. I'm Carl Bethke.
I'm Mike Stadler.
Mike,
Yeah, buddy.
we've been doing a lot of work lately. It's beginning of April here in Wisconsin, and we've had a fairly decent winter.
Yeah, it's, well, we've got a lot of projects done already. Some are bigger stuff, which is good.
We'll be showing all that stuff to you guys in small property layouts.
Property layouts.
That's right,
Every
every Wednesday. Coming up, plug right there for you. So be sure to check them out.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, let's start with one of your questions. What do you got today?
I have one from one of our listeners, from Jeremy.
Yep.
He's asking us about scent drippers. So scent drippers, scents, do we use them, not use them? What do we think benefits and negatives are of both?
Both. Well, both are kind of the same, right? Drippers, scent. Yeah. I think we both feel the same about it. For me, I'll be honest, back in the day I used the drippers. You know, I had 4 or 5 of them, and I thought, geez, this is great. You know, put it down. Next thing you know, you get pictures of deer on the dripper or whatever. And you really realize all of a sudden they're there and then they're not. If you put it into a food plot, all of a sudden they're going to be there anyway. Scent to me, I'll be honest, I'm not a scent guy.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I think it educates deer.
I try to descent myself,
100.
which is possible.
100%.
Yeah, I think one thing, you know, you see those drippers a lot. I watch it on TV commercials and stuff. They're like, condition your bucks.
That's where I got the big
hit
problem.
The dripper during daylight hours. You're not going to condition a big buck to hit a dripper.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying that they won't check it out.
No, they'll check it out.
But in my opinion, I think anything foreign, they just pick up on it. And it's got to be too perfect for them to not pick up on it. You know, I mean, their nose is so advanced.
Yeah, don't think because we're humans, if we smell deer urine. So, deer urine you would buy, let's just say, we can use any brand name, Tanks, Code Blue, whatever, all that stuff. You know, you spend, I remember when Code Blue was like $40-some an ounce.
Yeah.
You know? And people are like, you get the freshest scent, you get this, and it's right from the deer. Well, and then keep it in the little refrigerators and all that. Urine in general, after a few hours, is just an ammonia scent anyway.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then it's a synthetic, and it's not real urine.
And it's going to be too foreign.
Right.
Into it.
Yep. I'll show you guys a video, Frankenstein when he came in that night, and his reaction to that dripper.
Yep.
I mean, that right there, that was the last time I ever used a dripper. And I didn't even shoot the deer because I was tagged out, but filming him and watching his reaction, because I filmed that dripper when I went in. And that deer reacted like that, I was done.
I used to use scents quite a bit, if you remember back. I used the scent wicks a lot. I would dip them.
Yep.
I can say of all the times I use them, and I used to use them a lot, so I can say I did have a lot of experience with them. I tried different things.
Yeah.
And I can say one time, which I was over our buddy Todd's property.
Yep.
And we had that buck that we call cucumber tines, that giant 10-pointer.
Yes.
And I was sitting there and I had doe come barreling in. This was late October.
Yeah.
Barreling in out of the marsh into the woods. Ran through, like shot out of a cannon. 2 smaller bucks behind her, and then he came after.
Yep.
And got downwind of my wick, because she was already through and gone.
Yeah.
And he did stop, turned, he came back a few times.
Yep.
I went to full draw on him 3 times.
I remember.
Never got shot. He was behind a tree every single time. So, I mean, in that instance, it worked.
Right.
Because it stopped him. And I think the only reason it did is because he just caught it in the air, and she was gone. Like, he couldn't see her.
Yeah, he was looking.
He was looking for her.
So he got a scent, and he's like, whoa.
So, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that they don't work.
No.
I mean, I'm sure, and it's like a call to me.
Yeah. But I guess
any call can fail you
at
any time.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real attitude of the deer, but I think the scent thing, because calls are always gonna hear.
Yeah.
You know, scents maybe are foreign to that area and aren't getting put down in that area all the time, and all of a sudden you have something, you know, and I don't know. I don't like the dripper thing.
We are big on mock scrapes. You guys have seen us use, and we will continue to use and preach about mock scrapes. And that mock scrape deal that I want to tell you about is we always had cameras on our drippers. So even 15, 20 years ago, you know, you would get camera pictures of deer on drippers and you're thinking, oh, this is a great thing. And in general, from what we're seeing on our mocks, deer do not always urinate in them.
Right.
Matter of fact, most of the time they don't. Except pre-rut
Yeah.
and early rut.
Yep.
Otherwise, they don't. And you'll actually see the does, in general, urinate more than you do the bucks. The only time he's coming in there and urinating is if he's establishing something or he thinks he's trying to establish it, which we all know. But once he does that one time, he doesn't continue to come back daily.
Here it did it.
And that's where the BS about the, you know, getting your bucks to come back in and be daylight active and all of that. The only way a white-tailed buck is daylight active on a scrape is either it's pre-rut, rut, you know, they're chasing.
They're searching.
Yeah. That sort of time. Otherwise, majority of the time, they'll come in there and they'll use that licking branch or that vine that we put up for them, and they don't urinate in it.
And you can watch and they'll walk around it the next time.
Yeah.
They'll start on the same path, but they're not gonna hit that mock.
No,
So they did it.
Yeah, they got their scent there already.
You know.
From what I'm thinking, the preorbital gland scents, maybe to me a little more useful. I still would not put it on any of our mock scrapes.
Right.
If you were trying to, let's just say, establish, Mike's got one run through here where all the honeysuckle is there. If I wanted to, as an experiment, which would be an expensive experiment because preorbital gland scent is expensive. If I wanted to see if I could get the same buck coming to the same place multiple times along that particular spot where there's like 8 or 10 mock scrapes in a short distance, or not mock scrapes, but scrapes, I would do that. That would be an interesting experiment, but I think most preorbitals anymore are, I want to say 30 to 40 bucks an ounce. You have to use very little, but that would be an experiment I guess I would think about trying. I don't think it's going to make you kill a deer. Scents I don't believe in at all. I'm not an attracted scent or a cover scent person. Back in the day when I first started hunting, I would use raccoon piss and skunk piss, you know, as a cover scent. And yeah, it might have worked. I don't know, fox urine.
Yeah.
Same stuff as that. I'm not the type of guy that's going to go buy like apple scents or any of that crap and put it down.
Yeah.
I don't believe that works. Acorn scents is a big no. One thing we used to we used the earth wafers. I haven't ever seen what I thought was a negative reaction to that. I've actually put them down by a mock just to see, and they would smell that. But that's more curiosity, I think.
I took, I don't know if you remember back when we had the lease, I don't remember, one of the other guys shot a buck and I cut the tarsal glands out of it.
I remember
And I
that.
put them out
Yep.
over a scrape once and tried that too.
And?
And it was gone the next day.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what happened to it.
Right.
Something wanted them.
Yeah.
But I didn't shoot a deer over it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, we don't use a lot of scents. You know, we try to be more, like I said, scent-free, which is impossible anyway. No matter what anybody says.
Yeah, I don't think, do you actually think you could get scents to attract a deer from a long distance? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. The only thing I've ever seen them bring anything from a long distance is a call.
Yeah.
If they're interested enough.
Yeah, and
or
even
a visual.
yeah, or yeah, decoys.
But
Oh, talk about scent on a decoy. You use scent on a decoy?
No.
And
I,
why?
I spray them off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I spray them down with carbon spray,
yeah,
basically our spray that we use.
yeah.
The whole thing. I
Yeah.
do not use
Damn.
scent on a decoy.
Pretty much
Never.
soak it.
Yeah, I never have used scent on a
Yeah.
decoy. And I've had a lot of success with decoys.
Yeah, I'll show you guys some video here of a decoy that actually had scent on it and a negative effect.
Yeah,
That one with JR.
yeah,
And then you spraying down your decoy, that 8-pointer you shot when we were hunting together in 2 separate trees. I was filming you. You just soak that thing down with spray. I'll show you guys how that worked. Yeah, just scents in general are not normal.
yeah. I'm not a fan of them. I know you see it a lot. People say I think they're showing a lot of sense in that, and you know, I'm not a deer biologist.
Right.
Can't tell you that.
Oh, here he
I
is.
see that there's the Evercalm and all
8-pointer.
that stuff
I don't
too.
know.
Oh, yeah, that's
It was really losing light
That's not
fast.
working.
I'd shot him anyway.
yeah.
It's supposed to be
We were
from
hunting.
their bedding areas, basically, where
They're calm.
yeah, they're supposed to be at ease. You know, so does that work? I don't know. Never have used it. I'm not going to use it.
No.
I think my personal opinion, it's a lot of money. If you think you're not going to gimmick kill a buck,
No way.
I guess I'll say that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I am not saying any reason that they will not work in certain instances,
Yeah.
but I think the majority of the time they are not going to work.
Right. I can think of 2 times for sure that I think scent attracted a deer. When I first started hunting, and this was during gun season here in Wisconsin, I actually used a drag rag. I told you that one. I come off this edge with a drag rag, whatever. Well, it was 2 hours later, and here comes this 8-point buck. Now, that being said, he was a 2-year-old deer, young deer, and following that down, and I shot him with the rifle. The other time was on top of the kill corridor when I used those buck beads, which were a synthetic, a dry process scent, basically. And when moisture hit them, they would produce the scent. So I did it. Here's where you don't know if the scent worked. Right along a rub line, and I just took that thing. It was in a shaker, and I shook that out, every 10, 15, 20 feet, right past my tree stand. And got in my tree stand. I was on downwind side of the hill, and all of a sudden that thing come by, that buck come by, following those beads, had his nose to the ground, or was he actually on the rub line?
Right.
And I shot him. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I know you see a lot of the stuff the nose jammer stuff like that. It's like wrong wind, jam them.
Yeah.
You aren't fooling a whitetail's nose.
No.
I don't care what you try to tell me, you're not. You're hoping to get it in the right position for just long enough to get a shot is what you're trying to do. Because no way are you going to outsmart that nose.
No.
You're just not going to do it.
Yes.
And things like that to me are foreign.
Yep.
Again, in the air, and I see people, they show it all the time. We're spraying our stuff out in the air.
Yep.
And like,
Yeah. What about vanilla killer?
yeah, Thrilla
Killer. Thrilla and vanilla killer, whatever.
Ali fight.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Basically, people talked about you use vanilla extract.
Yeah.
And
I like it in my pancakes.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I like it.
I'm with
It's
you
good
on
stuff.
that. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not something I go deer hunting with.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, everybody's listening to this. We've had scent companies offer us stuff,
Oh yeah.
and I will tell you this 100%. If you don't know about us now, we are not going to try to promote things that we don't use
That's a fact.
or feel that work. So, again, we want people to comment on this because I know there's going to be people out there that use stuff, and if you're using it and it's working for you, tell us what you're using, tell us what you're doing, the times you're using it, where you're using it, because, like I said, in our experiences, we've both done a lot with it. Like that buck that I had come in and stop, I'm okay, but I didn't keep using it. Like, oh, that was, it was a one-shot deal, I think.
Yeah.
Do I wish it would have worked? And like he'd have gave me the shot, I wish it would have.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's the same thing, we've thrown calls out before the deer ran from.
That's true. Yeah, and then we throw the same call out at a different buck the same day, and they came running
And
it.
he comes in, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so it's it's a temperament of a deer.
Yeah, how curious they are, where they're at, what they're doing.
I think too, you know, maybe around you, what gets done around you could affect how they react to some of that stuff also.
I think it's like turkey hunting.
Like turkey hunting.
Yeah, where turkeys
They're call receptive early,
Yep.
and then everybody knows you get a turkey tag 5th and 6th season, pretty tough.
Yeah.
They're not coming to you no more.
They get call smart real
Yeah.
quick, decoy smart.
Yep.
Whitetails are the same way.
Right.
The other thing I'd add about scents, which I'm sure you guys probably bring up if anybody wants to bring that up, but you guys probably ask us same thing about scent crusher or ozonics. We both have ozonics. We both believe in scent crusher. We do crush our clothes constantly throughout the season, especially when we're out west, but even more so with whitetails. Just because, number one, it's there. Number two, the antimicrobial stuff, we do believe in that. We know that it produces scent. That's all scientific, been proven to us, and we've proven it in our stands year after year. As for the ozonic stuff, I have it. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't.
I have 2 of them.
Yep.
I've used them.
Yep.
I mean, I killed a buck at your place and I had it running.
Yep.
Did I kill him because of that? I don't know. But I had it there running.
Right.
You know, I've used it. I've experimented with it here.
Yeah.
Kind of see if it worked or not. And I think it kind of worked because I had a couple of old doe, and I shut it off.
Oh,
and
just to see.
And I had bad wind.
Yeah.
Just to see, and they didn't leave, but I think they were more alert because it was just put something more in the air that, what is that?
Something's different.
Because I don't see anything,
Right.
you know. So
You know,
they help.
They help.
It's a lot of stuff though. You start packing stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like I always refer to it like the movie Tin Cup. Kevin Costner, the golfer.
Yeah.
He gets the yips.
Oh.
He's got all that crap hanging on him, trying to, you know, it's like, how much crap do you want to carry out in the woods?
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
Especially if you have to go long distances, or you're, let's just say the guys that are saddle hunters and stuff on public now,
Yeah.
or tree stand hunters, you know, lightweight stuff on public. I mean, more crap is more crap.
Yeah,
Either way.
it gets.
The other thing about it too is, you know, if you're a good whitetail hunter, you know to use the wind anyway. So if you're actually using the wind correctly,
It all comes down to the wind.
oh yeah,
It
it's always
always
the wind.
does.
Yeah.
You know, and we preach it all the time. The wind has to be right. You gotta know your thermals. If
Yep.
you don't know thermals, start to learn them because they will affect what you're doing and you can really ruin spots with it.
100%.
You know, it's just is what it is. It is the way it is.
It
If you
is
want to
the
kill
way
good deer. So, and anybody out there that does it a lot is going to tell you that you need to know that stuff.
Yeah, wind is number one.
Yeah.
Entrance, exit,
Exits. We
and
preach it.
that's
constantly.
wind. Wind constantly is what you're thinking about with your entrance and
Yeah,
exit.
entrance and exits, don't forget. We can help you set those up on your property if you want us to help you.
We are doing that now. We've started a new company. It'll be small property layouts. And if you guys want us to come to the property and help you guys out with entrance, exit, property layout,
Sand placement,
food
food
plots,
plots.
we'll help educate you on the food plots.
We can test soil for you.
We can do all the soil testing.
We can help you with, no, we're not gonna do the work for you.
That is a
We're
fact,
gonna-
yeah.
We set plans up for you. We can hook you up with people that can do some of the work for you. You know, TSI, hinge cutting, bedding areas.
To do it safely and
Yeah.
correctly.
So I mean, any aspect of whitetail hunting from, you know, your easiest to your most complex projects. Water,
Yeah.
placement, box,
All of it. Yep.
cameras. I mean, really. I mean, it sounds like it's easy, but it really isn't.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
have a camera in the wrong spot, you might never see anything, and it's,
height, camera height, tree stand height, all of that
Yep.
stuff comes into play. It's very important if you plan on being successful every year. And if you guys want to see the results, you can see them on the wall here, see them at my place, watch the videos we've got right here. We give out a ton of free information on small property layouts on Wednesdays, also information on the podcast, which you're watching right now. We appreciate you guys watching. Now you pretty much know what we think of deer signs.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have anything to add to that. We're not big fans.
Send us in what you think. We want to hear it.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear you guys'
Especially
comments
if you use
too.
it.
Yeah, and if you use it successfully,
Yep.
show us how you do it, because we're always open to learning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important. So
Remember?
I'm a member. We appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to listen to just the podcast, you can check it out at
RSS.com.
Amazon,
iHeart.
Google,
Spotify.
Spotify. That is correct. If you guys want to talk to us or just reach us independently, we do a lot of stuff on Instagram. You can check us out at Instagram at Rush Outdoors WI, or you can also check us out at The Obsession Podcast Hunting.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.